thought this was a perfect place to do a first video post. I don't know that I'm going to get to many more beautiful places in Victoria between now and when I head out to Nepal at the beginning of April. So right now I've just hiked up to the top of Mt Feathertop. So it's the second highest place in Victoria, and it's the most beautiful area up here. Beautiful steep rugged mountains and rock, and some of the wildflowers have come out, and it's one of the things that's really important in this training is aerobic threshold training. So that is about just getting volume, high volume, sort of not too high or intensity. And so we walked out a track called the Razorback that's got some good ups and downs on it, and then a really good climb at the very end up to the top of Mt Feathertop. Nothing too serious or too strenuous. So went up to Mount Kosciuszko, but from down in Thredbo village a few days ago as well. And so that was about a 26k hike with a really good climb at the start. If you've ever walked from the top of the chairlift out to Thredbo, that part of the walk's a little bit easier. But when you start at the bottom and just follow the chairlift straight up, that's a good hike at the start. And then we walked down and out to a place called Dead Horse Gap. And then back to Melbourne. I was going to go and hike in Tassie for in New Zealand for a few weeks. And I realised just in the quest to secure more sponsorship, and shout out to Mountain Designs for coming on board already, and the amazing benefactor that I have, securing more sponsorship does mean needing to be around home a bit more, and I do need to be doing some work, and keen to get out and try and do a little bit more speaking and share a bit more about this journey. One of the things that's so important to me in doing the climbs that I do is raising awareness of MS and of how it impacts people. Different people are affected very differently. I'm really lucky in that my physical capacity is not really impacted too significantly. My temperature tolerance to hot and cold isn't brilliant, and I can have some challenges sort of with bladder frequency, and my digestive system's not great. I don't think that's necessarily MS related, but in the day-to-day, getting out and doing physical stuff for me, I guess, I'm motivated to get out and do so much because it's one of the easiest things that I can do. I do have some cognitive challenges that make everyday work feel a little bit harder in daily organisation and just remembering things. But once I'm out here in the mountains, any mountains, it's such simple things that I need to think about. And it's, thinking about myself, thinking about the people I'm with, thinking about nature, thinking about what to put in my body and the best places to let it back out again. So I'll get back, and because I will need to be spending some time online, I'll move into more of a gym training program and then try and get out a couple of days a week for some decent outdoor hikes, more in around Melbourne, maybe up in the Dandenongs, and then just down on the Mornington Peninsula, up and down Arthur's Seat, and some beach walks in some good sand. And then I'll be moving into an altitude room at Core 24 in Frankston. They've got a great room there, and they've generously given me the chance to train there, so without a cost. So I'm super grateful for that. So I'll just keep getting miles and miles and miles and miles and miles, or kilometres and kilometres, under my belt. And reformer Pilates as well is a new love of mine. So I'll try and I'm doing probably 5 classes of that every week, and so I'll keep doing that. And I'm excited to share this journey, and I think it's a very different journey this time, having climbed Everest up to 8,000 metres in the past. I feel like I've done a lot of emotional processing, not just of that climb, but of parts of my life beforehand. And I feel like it's, a summit would be lovely, but I'm climbing in a place of probably a more grounded connection within myself. Of course, all that can change when you get near a summit, so we'll see how it goes. But thanks so much for following along. And if people have questions about sort of training, diet, anything like that, I'll try and share things as I go. But it's really helpful if anyone does want to connect, my email jen@jenwillis.com.au. If you do ever watch this video and want to send through any questions, anything you'd like me to talk about or share about this journey, I'd love to. So yeah, I'm Jen Willis. I'm a 54-year-old Melbourne, Australia woman heading over to Nepal at the end of March, beginning of April for my second attempt at summiting Mt Everest. Have a great day.